Hello, welcome back to episode 8 on project Locost-mx5. So as you can see, not much has changed since the end of the last video. The car's still over there, subframe's still over here. So today we're stripping this down to as bare as I can get it. So taking the anti-roll bar off, already snapped one bolt there, trying to open that. So yeah, I'll get that out of the way. Try and get the drive shafts out. Just one big, undo the big bolt there, the big nut there. Got the brake hard brake line on this side. Pop that off, get rid of the clips, cut these brackets off because I won't be using that hard line again. I will be running the brake lines on the chassis and dropping them down in this area, so I won't need to use all this. So I'll get rid of all that, take these off. I'm not expecting it to be the easiest of jobs, but basically the reason I'm using this subframe is because this subframe's got these brackets on the bottom with the nut in 1, 2, 3 and 4, although the nut has come off that one, off the welding unit onto there. But there's basically a frame which bolts onto them and then there's 2 legs sticking out of it, and they will be mounted to the back of the chassis. So, but I'll show you all that again. I need to cut these exhaust hanger brackets off as well, just to tidy it up a little bit. So yeah, so that's the plan for this video. Get this cleaned up, painted and fitted. There's the top of the anti-roll bar unbolted now. So that's basically all it is. A little bush in the little bracket there, just bolts onto them 2 studs. Like I said earlier, one snapped off there, so I'll have to just knock that out, put a bolt through. It's not the end of the world. So I'll get this. I'm not even going to bother attempting to open these. I'm just going to cut them off, get this out of the way for now. This will be going back on, but it won't be in the way or needed until it needs to go back on. So do the same on that side, cut it off there, get it out of the way for now. So there's the brake line taken off there now, and the exhaust hanger that was there, also the exhaust hanger that was here. So, so that's them out of the way now. So it's starting to get more and more bare as we go along. So next step, I think, try and get these big nuts off and get these shafts out. Right, so it turns out I can't open this because basically I can't hold the hub or whatever, this bit tight enough to open that, because they're obviously very tight. So I'll have to take this bolt out to get the hub unit off in one, and then worry about taking them out after, because my impact gun, for which I'd normally use for taking them out, them nuts off, is broken. There's an air powered one which is broken, so might have to invest in a decent, seen some decent battery powered ones around recently, so I'll have to invest in one of them, I think. So I'll see if I can get this big long one out here now. Apparently they are known to be awkward to get out, but we'll see. Open it up and we'll see. Right, so as expected, it's going to be really awkward to get out. That nut opened no problem, but the bolt must be rusted to the inside of the bush. I've tried giving it a few really good smacks with here, but I can't get it even to turn on this end, even with the bar, because it's on the trestles like it is. It just moves around, and I could really do with my impact, but there we go. So this here was already loose from when I took it off when I had to open it to get the shafts out of the diff previously. So what I think I'm going to do, let's see if I can get these open and out, which hold the inner end of that wishbone, and see if I can get them out. and get all this, and then worry about all that after when I can put it in vice and get some bigger tools to open all that up. So, so yeah, concentrate on getting this bit off and clean, because that's the bit I'm worried about today. So yes, I'll flip it over now and get these bolts undone, see if I can get the bottom wishbone out. Right, so I've got the bolts out of this now, and this is basically on the MX5 how you adjust your suspension really for different angles and so on. So you have a slot here, and then you have these bolts with like an offset washer, and they sit in that slot and rotate, so it's like all fully adjustable suspension that way, which is one of the reasons I'm fitting this MX5 subframe in as it would be in the car, because I do get all these little extra features that if you just put I mean, you could add that onto something you made, but the subframe itself is not that heavy, and if I ever hit a curb or anything with this car and I end up bending an arm, bending the subframe, you can pick up a subframe for next to nothing. For these Mark II and Mark 1 MX5s are all the same subframe, so it would just be a case of unbolting it, 6 bolts, disconnect the drive shaft from the diff, disconnect the 2 brake lines, and it's out. And I will make it so it just drops out. It'll be the same with the front subframe, so everything is going to be MX5, and going along that route as well, I can obviously upgrade these to ones that have more adjustment in. I can upgrade to the bigger brakes that some of the MX5s have in the later years. Diffs are really easy to get for them, so it's just going to be making it really simple, easy to swap things around and so on. So so yeah, so that's how they work. Throw that over there. So that's all free there now. So I'll pull this one out the way now, off camera. Do the same with that side. Pull this bracket off, whatever that was for. Don't need that. Get that out of the way. And I'll get on with cleaning it. So that's completely stripped down now. Taking the upper wishbones off as well. They're in the box over there. So what you'll have to do is this subframe, which doesn't actually weigh much at all really. So your diff mounts to these bolts, and then the diff bushes mount to these 2. So yeah, it's pretty simple. So as you can see, it all needs a good clean, which I'll be getting on with. So there's the subframe, all tidied up now. Didn't do much time lapse on that one, but you get the idea. It's just basically a wire cup and the drill, just to get all the loose stuff off. And the paint I've got is quite good. This stuff's quite good, so it'll stick to that quite nicely. So I've marked, I don't know if you can see the green marker through the holes there and there, ready for drilling. A little bit of a problem. So as you can see, the whole subframe needs to come down another probably 10mm, but the cup in here where the diff mount bolts to is hitting that last cross member I put in. So as you can see there, it's just hitting that. So I'll double check if it's possible. Oh, no, I won't trim the subframe. I've moved it about a bit so it'll mark the cross member where it needs trimming, and I will I'll trim this triangle a bit back so the subframe sits where it's supposed to. So I think that'll be a better job. So I'll get this off now, give that a coat of paint, and I'll drill the holes through for the mountings, and I'll get that trimmed around that cup. Right, it's a different day now. So yeah, as you can see, this has had coat paint since last time. So that's all ready now to go in. So what I'll do now is I've marked where it's catching. I'll have to see how much exactly it needs to go down. Probably try and cut that out as nice as I can. Same along there, and just basically re-weld it so it's back strong. This doesn't need to be super strong, it's only a brace, so I should be able to sort of scallop that quite nicely there, and it'll be fine. So yeah, get on with that. Right, so as you can see, that's sitting right down now onto that washer that's welded into there. So there will be some washers on the bolts either end just to hold it square, but that's sitting down there nicely now. So after I've notched them two bits, I'll just show you them. See if I can put this down. Right, yep, so there you go. So notch there, notch there. So what I'll do now is the piece I've cut out, just that bit there, I'll put back in upside down. See if I can just get that welded back in, just to strengthen that bit up. And so yeah, I'll do that now, clean them up, get them welded shut, and then drill these holes, get something bolted in, and job's good. Right, that's them two angles made so the subframe can sit properly in there now. Filled up the both ends, welded it up, given it a coat of paint. So it's ready now to drill these two holes and get the subframe sat in there. Quite like the idea of the cups sitting in there anyway, because if anything was ever to move or break, I'd like to think that would help hold the subframe where it needs to be. So yeah, I'll get them holes drilled and get the subframe in. That's them holes, all holes done. They are staggered, same as they are in the this. So the next job is this spacer here is welded on. So rather than cut it off, I'm going to make basically a washer the same thickness for this one, for each corner. So I'll do that now. Right, made some washers. Don't quite know if you can see them in there. That's how it sits on there now. I made the washers out of plastic in the end. It was the only thing I had that was the same thickness, so I will change them on final assembly. So the last job of fitting this subframe is this is the bar I was on about before. That's fitted to the later MX5s, the Mark IIs and so on, and also the imports, which this subframe is either off a Mark II or an import. I think it's a Mark II. I said this one was off. So yeah, this basically braces the bottom of the, obviously the car's upside down now, braces the bottom of the subframe to the car all the way over here. But what I'm going to do is cut them back here somewhere, flatten the ends down, and it should line up quite nicely, like that, to bolt onto this rear bit of the floor here, which will give this some strength. And then what I'll do then for a toe-in eye is most racing style ones these days are just like a wire that you bolt in and you come to a loop. So you the best thing to do is fit two of them, tie them together at the back here somewhere, and then that's a very good toe-in point. I'll do something similar at the front. So yeah, so what I'll do now is I'll cut this down, close this up so it's like that, give it a clean coat of paint, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. So that one's shortened now, flattened the ends, drilled a hole through, and just marked this box section ready for drilling, put a bolt through. So as you can see, it links the bottom of the subframe to the frame quite nicely. I'm not sure why there's a kink on this side, but oh well, still not going to affect the way it works. So it needs to tidy up the ends of them, but I'll do that when I sand it all down. So I'll give this a good going over with a flap wheel now, and then give it a coat of paint. Get them two holes drilled in the in here. Get it bolted on. Right, so that's there, finished off, painted. As you can see, it's bolted through there. So as you can see, it's providing the bottom of the subframe there with a lot of strength. I'm missing a bolt from there, but I'll sort that out. It's just bolted in that side as well. So, so yeah, that's the end of the episode. Is it 8? Episode 8 now. It's the end of this one. So it's the rear subframe bolted in, fitted, ready for the suspension. So on the next episode, we will be doing the same with the front subframe, which is currently out here. So that needs stripping down, painting, and fitting to the front. So yeah, so that'll be the next episode. I'll spin this around, and get the exactly the same on the other side. So that'll be episode 9. So yeah, so episode 9 will be same as I've done here, but with the front subframe. So so yeah, thanks for watching. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you like the project, subscribe to the channel. Do have a couple of other projects hopefully coming along soon. We'll see what happens with them. So so yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time.